Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Building Championship Mindsets, the podcast. This is your host, Dr. Amber Selking, where we are in season 12, entitled A Decade of Greatness. Crazy to believe that the Selking Performance Group has indeed been around for 10 years. Makes me wonder how old I am. But anyways, what's even more awesome is I think back on those 10 years and the amazing, amazing people that we've had the opportunity to serve as our clients. And that's actually the driver that we are talking about today, our clients. This whole season has been about looking at things that have contributed to the growth, to the evolution of Selking Performance Group. And so the last driver that we're going to cover is the very people themselves that we've served. And so I think a lot of times in organizations that we're a part of, we think we're serving others. And what I learned very early on in my career as a mental performance coach, as a high performance consultant, is that you will be changed and made better and given depth of your humanity by the people that you are serving. And as much as I hope and I pray that we have poured into the lives of other people, I want to take this last driver to celebrate and to appreciate the very clients that we've served, because every single one of them, the individual clients that we've worked with and the teams and business organizations that we've served, has sharpened us, has given us a new perspective, has given us ideas or ways of thinking about who we are and how we operate, and indeed, actually how we do what we do. And so what I want to challenge all of us to think about is, how are you allowing your clients to serve you? How are you, are we being humble enough to listen? And I think that when we understand that our clients or the people that we serve, or if you're a coach, you're not thinking about your clients, but these are your athletes. Are you allowing your athletes to change you? Are you allowing your athletes to teach you? If you're a teacher, are you allowing your students to influence how you think, how you communicate, how you're able to better mold their minds? If you're a parent, are you learning from your child? I know that this is sometimes reverse engineering of roles, but if you're a leader, do you listen to your people? Do you allow them to shape how you show up every day as a leader? How you lead the processes or the very product that you develop? To me, one of the ways that we can grow faster than anything is to listen to those that we serve and to be humble enough to do so, because you'll be amazed at what you learn. I think back to, one of my first jobs, I had the opportunity to be a mental performance coach at IMG Academy, which is a global international training facility down in Florida. And I just remember being exhausted every day because we would coach kids from 8 to 18 from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. And I'd never worked with kids before, and they're crazy. They have so much energy. They're all over the map. And I fought them. I wanted them to sit down and be quiet and act like adults. Well, they're not adults, Dr. Selking. They're kids. And so when I stopped to listen, to see their little hearts and their minds and their energy, I started to allow that to shape how I coached, how I managed a room, how I asked questions, how I engaged some of the kids in the room to be helpers, to be leaders, to be facilitators. And man, did it make me better as a professional. And it helped me appreciate these little humans in a deeper way than I might have otherwise ever considered. I remember I was flying home on a flight when I was working down there for something, and this little boy behind me was just freaking out, quite frankly, on the plane ride. And he was flying with his dad, and his dad was like, "Dude, chill out," and that wasn't working, obviously. And so I was just like, "Hey, do you mind if I talk to your son a little bit?" And he's like, "Yeah, for sure." So I knelt down beside him and I taught him proper breathing. And you could see this little guy just like I talked to him about what he was sort of scared about and acknowledged him in that. And he allowed me to speak into him. The only way I was able to help in that moment, actually, one of the flight attendants was like, "Are you a preschool teacher?" And I was like, "No, you and every child is very glad that I am not a preschool teacher." But from what I learned from those kids at IMG, I knew how to reach that little guy, and he crushed going in on the landing like a big kid. And that was our goal, right? Be like a big kid. That was our little goal that we set, and use his breathing to do so. And so your championship mindset training is to ask yourself, how am I allowing those I serve to mold me? It's a simple yet profound question. And if you're not, take one simple step. Do a simple listening session with whoever it is that you serve. Maybe it's your kids. Maybe it's your athletes. Maybe it's the students in your classroom. Maybe it's the employees that you lead in your business. And simply ask them, what's going well? What can we be doing better? How can I coach you better? What would make our team better? What ideas do you have? Let their innovation, their creativity, and their spirit come alive. And in the process of doing so, yours too will find a new level of service and of greatness to this world. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you'd like to learn more, please check out our website, selkingperformance.com. You can also email me directly if you're interested in keynote speaking or any performance coaching. Dr. Selking at selkingperformance.com. Come straight to me, and I'd love to hear from you. I'd also love to hear how you're applying any of this stuff that you're learning in the podcast and how you're bringing it to life in your own world. But we also have a book, that could be helpful for your mental development. It's called Winning the Mental Game. It literally is designed to help you win your mental game day in and day out in everything that you're doing. And you can, again, follow us on all the social media platforms, Twitter and Instagram at Champ Mindsets, LinkedIn and Facebook at Selking Performance Group, and on TikTok as well. Again, share what you're learning, how you're applying it. We'd love to hear from you on social and engage with you there. So please don't hesitate to holler at us on social media platforms. We're definitely on Team Follow Back and would love to engage with you there. Thank you so much for tuning in. You've been listening to Building Championship Mindsets, the podcast. This is your host, Dr. Amber Selking, and from the locker room to the boardroom, I just want to challenge you to continue building your championship mindsets.